everyone, Anna here, and today we're going to talk about the best places in Puglia, and we're referring to best places to buy, to either live, to retire, or to invest if you're thinking of perhaps looking for a vacation property for 3 months of the year if you don't have Italian citizenship. So we're going to talk about the places that we actually visited, Michael and I, while we were living there in 2023, and other places that we had visited in previous years in 2022 and also in 2017 and 18. We're going to talk to you also about what we think is a good place to live in or to rent for investment, or if you're looking for something along the coast. So Salento is the area we're going to specifically be showing you, and we're going to go beyond the beaches. Everyone knows that Salento is about the beaches, and obviously the beautiful historic centres, the architecture, the people, the food. And we want to show you these underrated towns that people don't sort of think about when they think of Italy. They don't think of Puglia, they don't think of these beautiful small towns with populations under 20,000 as well, for those that are looking for the low tax bracket. And also the bigger towns if you're looking for something that's more like city life, or you're thinking perhaps more touristy, you're looking for, more of a vibe there. We're going to show you what we think personally, what would suit many of you that write in and say, oh, which location should I choose? I don't know where to go, where to look, where to buy. So we're going to give you a few tips. And you'll also notice that in some of our earlier vlogs, we've gone to some of these particular towns in more depth. Today we're probably just going to do an overview and give you what's close to the beach, what's in the historic centre, what's outside the town, what sort of prices you'd be looking at, what the population would be like, and what may suit you. So join us today for the best places in Puglia. Okay, so before we even start with the best places in Puglia, let's talk about the population, because people, it's the most underrated region, I feel, in Italy. And a lot of people, when they ask where I brought and I say Puglia or Salento in Puglia, they go, where? And I go, Salento in Puglia. Where's that? Oh, in the heel of Italy. So I get that quite a lot. And you probably were the same when you first heard of Puglia, or people buying in Puglia, or, even when you came to our channel, where's this Puglia? So the striking thing here is you would imagine places like Sicily and Tuscany that are so well known. When you think of the population in Puglia and you relate it to the population of Sicily, for example, Puglia is 4.1 million. And there's 4.7 million in Sicily on the island. And when it comes to Tuscany is only 3.7 million. So the area is obviously smaller, but more condensed with the population. Therefore, there are a lot of opportunities in Puglia for that very reason. Now, for those of you that might be interested in cities, so if you're interested in more of the larger cities and you're not worried about the retirement and the 7% tax rule, I'd probably recommend the cities of Lecce, the capital.
So we're just walking the streets of Lecce. We've just
Hello,
arrived,
everyone.
checking it out. It's beautiful.
The Lecce stone is beautiful. Cala. It does have 95,000 inhabitants. It is, remember, a city known as the Florence of the South, that most of you may already know. And then obviously Galatina.
Oh, we're in, where are we, Anna?
We're in Galatina.
Galatina.
We're here for the festival.
Good.
Galatina, sorry, and Gallipoli. Gallipoli, two others, and Nardo, which for me is probably my favorite for anyone that wants to actually buy and live there. Or also buy and rent out opportunities for vacation. So Nardo would probably be at the top of the list there. Also close to the coast, and perhaps that's why I'm biased to that area on the west coast. So Gallipoli, Nardo on the west coast, and Galatina closer to the west. And then you've got Lecce, which is on the east coast, and obviously that is the capital of that region there. Now on the east coast, I would recommend Otranto. Again, it's also a touristy holiday place, but it is beautiful. Everything about it. If you're looking for beach, coastal living, and Otranto's got a small population, it's like under 8,000, you know, so if you're looking for small town living, I would definitely recommend that east coast of Otranto. It is just divine. If you move further down south to the bigger town of, I think it's got 13,500, would be Tricase. Now that Tricase has quite a lot to offer. The historic centre itself, lots of shopping, great place to shop. It also has a beautiful port, beaches, which we're going to show you here. You'll see the port, a very famous pink building that everyone knows about, and the Marina Serra, one of the beautiful rock formations, beautiful clear water there. If you like rock beaches as well, that one is not a sandy beach, that particular one. So Tricase would be another one, and would suit the retirement 7% tax rule there, because it is under 20,000. We're going to talk also of our town, Galatone. So if you want something that's not close to the city, has the 7% tax rule for anyone that wants to retire, has affordable homes, has everything there. It has the railway station, it has the supermarket, it has markets, I should say, it has shops, it has the weekly market, which all the towns have a weekly market. So every day in any of the towns in Salento, you will find there is a market. So if you like that, going outdoors for weekly market to get your produce or just clothing, or for example, everything I'm wearing today came from a weekly market in Santa Maria al Bagno. So including my shoes, belt, the whole lot. Very affordable living there as well. Now, if we're talking for people that love the beach side, Santa Maria al Bagno, it just won our hearts, and I still stick to saying Santa Maria al Bagno. The disadvantages there, obviously, it is a beachside town. The population's obviously small. That's not the problem. It's the transport. There is no trains there, and there was no bus services. So you definitely would need a car. But if you're looking for beachside and nothing too large, I would then choose Santa Maria al Bagno. It is just one of those places that you remember as a young child going on holidays with your family, and they take you to these, remote type beachside towns, and you sort of remember that holiday for the rest of your life. And Santa Maria al Bagno depicts that to a T. So that one's still very close to my heart, and we're fortunate in Galatine that we're only 6 kilometres away from that beach, and it was our local hole that we hang out, watering hole that we swam in quite a lot when we were close to home. So we'll now take you to some places that's just outside of the main towns and cities. I just want to pop in quickly here to say thank you to all our new subscribers that we've had over the last few weeks, and your comments have really helped us and guide us through what to put out each week for you. We just want to, for our new people who don't know what we're about, we bought a home back in 2022 remotely from Australia in Puglia, and we're just here to provide information and inspiration on how to buy and rent, and travelling in Italy. We've travelled Italy extensively for over 25 years, and if I really want to go back, first time I visited, I was 7 years old with my family and lived there for 4 months back then, and that's probably where I picked up and learnt most of my Italian at Italian school at that young age, because we actually speak Sicilian at home, which is very different. The dialect's very different. So stay tuned for more, because we'll be travelling to Italy in May, so about 80 days away. And if you want any more information, please go to casamiasalentina.com. That's our website, and feel free to go into the description below. You can follow me, Bella Italia Anna, on Instagram. You can follow Casa Mia Salentina on Facebook for those that don't do Instagram, and you can email us at any time, and our email casamiasalentina@gmail.com is also below in the description. So thank you, and keep tuning in. Now, another beautiful town that's sort of in the centre of Salento. So we'd probably be talking maybe 25-30 minutes away from either coast, whether you want to go to the Ionian Sea or the Adriatic Sea, is Corigliano D'Otranto. Beautiful town, beautiful historic centre, small population. If I remember, it was around the 5,000, 5,500, and that is a place worth living in. So that would be a place I would recommend if anyone was looking for a place to actually buy to live or to retire. It would be, I think you will love that spot. You'll love the actual vibe in the piazza area. You'll love the beautiful buildings there. it has a castle as well, actually, this particular town. Beautiful architecture, lovely people, gorgeous park, just like 1 minute away from the historic centre. I actually recommend this one for anyone that's looking, that doesn't want to be near the coast. So if you're looking more in central. And another town very nearby is Cutrifiano, again with a smaller population, 8,000-9,000 or so. So they're the sort of towns that you would be looking for to actually live, just live like a local there. That isn't near the beach, but has a nice historic centre. It has people there, has a vibe, which is what you're looking for. You don't want to sort of get into a ghost town. Unless you're in your 20s and you want to start a whole new family and you've got 20 years ahead to actually see the town build up. So I think once you're sort of in your 40s and from there on, I think you want a town that's pretty much already established so you can get straight in with the locals. Another town is Specchia. So when we were talking about Tricase on the east coast earlier on, Specchia I think is only like a 15-minute drive from Tricase, maybe 20 minutes to the actual coast for the beaches. Beautiful historic centre. Again, small town living, if you love that small town living. Beautiful piazza. Again, the atmosphere there, the restaurants, the cafes, the people, and small town living. So again, small town living are these particular towns that I'm recommending now, as opposed to Gallipoli, which is, huge population, Nardo, Galatina, Lecce, the big towns that we mentioned earlier on. Now, two other small towns, and we do have videos, more in-depth videos on these particular two, is Matino and Parabita. These two are quite near each other as well, closer to the west coast. It's on the west coast side, and again 15 minutes from the beaches, or even less by car. So these towns have got, again, everything for people that want to buy and live there, or perhaps even use as a vacation rental because it's close to the coast, close to the Ionian Sea. If you want to go to like a tourist place for swimming and so forth like that, I would recommend those two. A couple of weeks back, we showed some actual homes, I think around the 100,000 and under 100,000 in Matino. We'll put the name of that particular one here and show it to you here. And you can go in and have a better look at the houses and what the town looked like. It is just a beautiful whitewash buildings in that town. And in Parabita, we also have a video where we show 3 underrated hidden gems, and we'll put that one up here too, so you can have a more in-depth look at what that town looks like as well.
I've joined you at the end.
You're always coming in at the end. I'm getting used to it now.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So Michael's just pop in just to say hello. So
Ciao.
he's been
Hello.
working behind the scene.
Getting the video ready.
Getting video ready, and we've had a big week. It was our 11th wedding anniversary.
It was.
And
yes.
We also have a huge competition that we're preparing for. So, trophies, programs, officials.
Dancing.
That's right, because I'm a dance teacher. So we're doing all that behind the scenes as well. And we just wanted to say, hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the end screen, and you'll see a video from the previous weeks there. And if you want to know more about Apulia, I would recommend seeing that particular video. And you have an ebook there that you can download.
Yes.
A complimentary ebook that will show you some of the places and talk about the people and just wineries, masserias, things about Apulia that is so unique to Puglia when you're comparing it to the rest of Italy, because the east coast, especially in Puglia, is so different. You've got the whitewash buildings, you see the Greek influence more so there, and I think the town that reminds me of Salento region would have to be Ortigia and Siracusa in Sicily.
Yes,
I think
sure.
they're sister cities. So if you've been to that area, you'll understand what we talk about when we talk about Salento.
Yeah.
Whereas the north of Puglia, the Istria Valley, is quite different because it's green and a little bit of hilly. Different altogether.
Yeah. So if you want a copy of that ebook, the All About Apulia, the link will be in the description below.
Yes, or just go to the website.
Or the website.
Yeah, it'll also be on the website as well.
I'm back again. So, what did you think of those? Let us know what you think. Are you a city person, a beach person, historic centre? What are your thoughts? Oh, here's Mrs. C. She's come back.
Yes. I had to sneak out.
She didn't give me long by myself.
No, I didn't. So, let us know, whether you're interested in buying or renting and whether it is, as Michael said, city or beach or in the centre or land. If you're looking for land, which property, would be in that, the centre part where we're talking about, like the Cutrifiano and the Corigliano, all outside of those areas in the centre, they've got places with land, like villas. And I think that was pretty much it. There is so many. But as I said, this is just our point of view. It's not, we don't want to do a how-to channel, or the best 10 places.
Yeah.
It's not about the 10 best. It's just the best places that we felt while we were there, that we felt like, oh my God, we could actually live here. This was like living at home as a local.
Yep.
And for those, the ones that do like the vibes with the cities, you can actually live in these cities with, 20, 30,000 population and still feel like small town living, to be quite honest.
Yep, sure.
If you're comparing it to like America and Australia, our suburbs, where our population is widespread, I would say, where everything there is more condensed.
Yeah.
And the small town living in these towns are exactly what you think of when you think of slow life in Italy.
Yep.
So I definitely would have a look at these. Just have a look in. It's just recommendations, and you'll see other towns surrounding them when you start looking them up on the map. Because just in that Salento region itself, in that province of Lecce, there's something like 95 towns, and you're literally, you're 5-10 minutes away from the next town. It's really hard to believe when I say that, but you are.
It's not far.
And some are connected with trains and some aren't. Like Galatina has a train, Nardo has a train, Lecce, obviously the capital, has a train, Galatina has a train.
Yeah.
And the ones that don't have trains, they've got bus connect to connect you to places as well. Therefore, if you're actually travelling there for a holiday and you don't want to drive, which I'd recommend in Salento, it's flat terrain.
Pretty easy driving there, I must say. Yeah.
Yes, very easy. Yeah. Don't be afraid to hire a car in Salento at all. The bus services, especially from Lecce, they just went everywhere, all over the peninsula of Salento. But if you want to go to those little hidden gems, or those sort of those places, off the beaten track, that's why I do recommend that you do hire a car if you're there on vacation. Definitely.
Yeah, if you have some time.
If you're on holidays.
Great for exploring.
Yes,
for sure.
Because there's a lot of beautiful, beautiful landmarks and landscapes off the beaten track where we did need to get a car. And I think Michael will just quickly throw you a photo here of the Castro area and this particular beach that we just happened to stop. We were just walking by. We looked over. We're in a park. We just happened to look over the cliff and we saw this beach and we thought, we're going to this beach.
Yeah, amazing beach.
Cala dell'Aquaviva.
That's it.
In the Castro region. And I think it was 10 minutes walk to get all the way down.
Down to the bottom, yeah.
Therefore,
well worth it though. Yeah.
Absolutely worth it. Therefore, I would definitely say get a car hire and go check out these beautiful, underrated hidden gems that people just don't know about in Puglia. And that's
it.
That's it for today. So thank you for tuning in and we'll see you next week. Ciao ciao.
Alla
Ci
prossima.
vediamo.